What is going on, y'all? We are here. We are finally here with episode 1 of the Golden Hour with Rose Golden. Today's conversation is with a dear, dear friend of mine, Xavier Luciano, and we are talking about imposter syndrome. Before we get started there, first episode tings, we forgot to do an intro a year ago. So here we are, a year later, doing an intro for the intro. We are going to roll right into the conversation as I'm asking him, are you playing your role? Without further ado, y'all, welcome to the Golden Hour with Rose Golden. I am your host, Rose Golden. Enjoy this episode with my friend, Xavier Luciano.
Well, first I was like trying to think about what I think my role is. And I guess like I guess I like making people feel comfortable with who they are and making people feel at ease. And I feel like I do that naturally, but on like a more specific scale. I feel like my role is more so like visual artist, like creating visual pieces of work for people to like get some sort of value or insight from. And I kind of feel like I haven't really been doing that, and that's crazy. That question is really interesting because I just like got back from LA from a battle, and I actually don't really like battling, honestly. Like, I don't really like it that much. I'm not very good at it. People are like, nah, you're crazy, you're one of the best, but it's just like, it's really because I just have been forcing myself to become good at it for years. And it's just like, the way I see it is like, what would it be like if I just expended all of my energy into the things that I know that I'm actually really good at, like filmmaking, like creating these masterworks, like being avant-garde, like being a piece of fine art instead of this like battle person. You feel me? Like this battle character. It's interesting because like I left California with the promise to myself that I'm not gonna battle for the next like 7 months because I want to focus more on the things that I feel like I actually am good at, the things that actually I do bring a lot of value and insight to, which is the filmmaking stuff. So I would say now I'm playing my role. Like now I'm kind of back on it. You feel me? Like I guess it was all in due time. So yeah.
Okay. So in that, what was different from like Atlanta from California? Because I know that you just were down in Atlanta and it was like, the same thing. It was like a battle thing too, right?
Yeah.
So what was different when you went to LA versus?
That's a great question.
Yeah. Okay.
That's a great question,
Okay.
Kenzie.
Okay.
So the reason why battling sucks for me is because it's literally a play on the ego. Like, battling is 100% like a conflict of yourself and a conflict on other people, and it's just like, it's literally like you're feeding your ego, because when you battle somebody, you really have to feel like you about to dog them. Like you really have to feel like you're nasty, like you're one of the best in the room. Like if you want to win a competition, you have to walk in feeling like I'm about to cook all of you. What are we talking about? And that's just not how my brain works naturally. That's not something that resonates with me. So the reason why Atlanta felt so good is because I was winning and I was doing a really good job. But it was a different story in LA. Like, I'm not gonna lie, my sis, shout out to Mad Lines, we're in the same group, Eternals, you feel me? Eternals up, like we out here. But she smoked me, bro. She cooked me so bad. She really cooked me. like 3-0. Like, I was trying, you know, I did my thing. I trained so much for it. Like, I did my thing, but like, she really just dogged me. At the end of the day, she really just cooked me. So she's like, it's crazy because it's like, that happens, and then now I hate myself. And I'm like, why is that happening? It's because I've conditioned my mind to attach my self-value on whether I win or I lose this battle. And that's just not something that I'm trying to do anymore.
Right.
So that, I guess, me kind of understanding that difference between the two, like, that ties into me realizing that I want to step away from battles.
Word. Okay. Thank you for sharing that, by the way, too.
Yeah.
That was great. So then, to that point that you had just said, like, because LA, you didn't do as good as you did in Atlanta, and then when you answered the question, are you playing your role, you had also said things that you're good at. And is it that you enjoy battle rapping, but just because this last time...
Battle dancing.
What did I say?
Battle rapping.
That's it, battle rapping? Oh. Yeah, battle dancing. Battle rapping. I was thinking about Eminem. That's why.
Palms are sweaty.
Yeah, like, okay, we can do that next too. But yeah, so is it that... Is it just like not fun? I know you had mentioned like the ego plays a big part of it, but like, is it still fun for you to do that, or just like the ego part of it just kind of like ruins the idea of battle dancing? So that, yeah.
No, that's a really good question. That's a really good question too. It's the thing about it is fun. There's no other feeling comparable to exchanging with somebody in a battling sense. There's no other situation that you can be put in that equates to what it's like to be in a competitive setting against you and one other person, and everybody's watching and the pressure is on. Like, not performing, not dancing for a video, not doing choreography. None of that equates to the feeling of a real, authentic, actual, like, we about to battle, like, it's really about to get crazy. That's just the energy of it is not it's not possible to replicate it. So in that, I love it. Like, I love that aspect of it. But as I am right now, I don't really feel like I have the security in myself and the level of like consciousness to detach myself from the ego and detach myself from the certain aspects that, you feel me, affect me negatively after the battle is done. And also, I can't even really, I'm just not good at tapping into the things that I feel like I should be tapping into during the battle. Okay. I just perhaps it's just because like I guess my relationship with it is kind of messed up, and naturally I'm a pretty like insecure person, but like I just want to get away from it so I can like work on that, and then perhaps I'll return, and then it will be a thing where it's just like, cool, like we're not really affected by those thoughts and those things anymore. Now we can just really like be competitive and enjoy it too. Because when I was battling Mad Lions, bro, I'm not even cap, I wasn't having fun at all. Like in Atlanta, I was having mad fun. When I was battling Mad Lions, I was not smiling. Like, I was just like, almost feel like I had to get a job done. You feel me?
Yes, yo, so kind of off topic, but on that, I went bowling with some friends last week, and yo, I sucked so bad. I sucked so bad. And for me, like, when I try something, not to toot my horn, but toot, I'm usually pretty good at it.
Yeah, thanks.
So that experience was super freaking humbling to go there and to have them just, well, it was Adam, so shout out to Adam, and like Saeed, Cage, like
the homies.
Shout out to y'all, right? Destroyed me. Because like Adam also grew up with, you know, family members who bowled. Like they they had the shirts, they would break out bowling, they would have the towel, like the whole nine. So like when I was there with them, I was like, dang, this isn't fun.
You're right.
But it wasn't fun because I wasn't winning.
Exactly.
Yeah, and like about halfway through, I had like a whole attitude, just like I was.
That's
just
how
like,
I be too.
Yeah, I just was not feeling it. I had my like emotions written just like all over my face, and then I finally had to like check myself and be like, "You're with friends right now. You're having a good time. and you're doing something that one you don't do on a regular basis, right? So even same for you. Like, how often do you really battle dance?
Pretty often.
Oh,
I would say.
All right. Okay. All right.
I'd say pretty often.
Well, I mean, I guess going to those like official like
event, like the events, the actual events. All right. Well, I go like it's definitely at least maybe like once a month type of thing. It's been sometimes multiple. So it's weird. Sometimes it'll be multiple times a month. Like the other like last month I had like 3 like battles / events.
Where?
But it's just kind of weird. Depends on who's throwing events and if I feel like going or not.
Where? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, but you know, back to the whole bowling thing. Like, it was just like, bro, like you probably haven't bowled in a solid 2 years.
Right.
Like solid.
Am I even supposed to be good at this?
Right. That, and 2, it was like you are here with people that you have not been able to see.
Right.
For a long time because of COVID and everything that has happened. So I really had to shift my perspective and my mindset to, instead of saying like I suck and I'm this and claiming those just like negative emotions, to say right now, you know what, I may not be the best at bowling, but I'm eating pizza that was great and I'm with really amazing people and I'm celebrating somebody's birthday that I freaking love. So it's just like, so like with that, you know, I'm again just like super proud of you and just like honored for your like vulnerability. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not something that I take lightly. Like I really want to just genuinely thank you for that. And just to also just like you are fucking amazing. Like you are literally so amazing. and if battle dancing is something that you are still eager, kind of itching to do, like just do that shit, yo. Yeah, even if you suck, like you know, like just do that shit.
Yeah,
like this is scary for me, like you know what I mean.
I feel that.
But it's just like you're just, I don't know. I also love you, so I'm just like you know, like yeah.
So I return. I think it's just other things that I want to pay attention to. Like I really feel like with the film, the visual stuff.
Oh like, yeah, no,
it's really gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there's things that I can accomplish within dance and film, and things that I can like do that nobody else can do.
Oh yeah.
And it's just like, why am I ignoring that to try to be good at battling when I know I don't even like it that much?
Okay. All right. So that's a great segue to my next question. So when we talk about role, I think with us like as beings and even like purpose, right? We often think of our purpose as something super specific. Like I could say that I thought at one point my role was to be a like photographer, or I thought it was to be or to do, I don't even know. Like I could say so many things. I think it was, so I got my bachelor's in public relations, so I thought I was going to be a PR rep for somebody, or you know, doing something. Versus, I love what you said. Like, I think that my role is to make people feel good about themselves. So it's like, not even, like, it doesn't matter in what way we're doing that. I feel like you're still very much so doing that because you showed up for yourself in LA and you did that battle dancing thing, and because you're constantly putting out content, and because just you as a person, whenever I see you, you're always just so like, hey, like how are you, constantly just giving out love. So it's like, what would you say that, because I know that you said like you are now, but I'm just curious to see like how did that manifest at one point when maybe you didn't think that you were living up to your like potential or your purpose or anything of that nature.
How did I, like, you think, you're asking about if there was like a point to where I did have a realization about my actual true purpose, my role? I would say that it was a very gradual process of understanding throughout the years, because since I was very young, I always knew I wanted to be creative and like entertaining to people in some way. I was always really, like, I excelled at creative things, and I just had a personality that made people gravitate towards me. I had a personality that was just very interesting to people, I guess, and very interesting to me, at least. I always thought about things more deeply than someone of a young age normally would. So as I grew up, I just kind of like, you feel me, followed that. I followed like my like baseline characteristics throughout the years. You know, at first I was playing like basketball, and I was trying to like be good at basketball and stuff.
Basketball? What were you playing basketball?
Yeah, I played basketball when I was like age 13 to 15.
Okay.
Something.
I thought it was like 5. I was like,
nah.
Okay.
I was playing. I was trying to like be nice. I was trying to be crazy with it. But the thing about it was, the sad part was, I actually was bad at the game of basketball.
Right.
I just like only watched the street ball compilations of like Hot Sauce and like The Professor, and I was trying to do the handles and the tricks. And I got really good at doing making it look like I was good, but I didn't actually know how to get past anybody. So low-key, I was just dancing. I was low-key dancing with the basketball. It was crazy. Because I quit that and I'm like, I'm just gonna dance. You feel me? Like, so, but yeah, it's just like, I wanted to do the basketball thing because I wanted to perform. Like, innately I wanted to be like, nah, I want to be the best on the court. Like, I was competitive. I've always been very competitive. Like, I'm trying to, like, people used to bully me, make fun of me, like, oh, you're trash or whatever. I'm like, I'm gonna cook you then. Like, I'm gonna train every day. I'm gonna embarrass you. I'm gonna dog you. It's very simple.
Yeah.
People like to talk and then they don't actually put the work in. I'm the type of dude that you're gonna say something, I'm gonna put the work in, and then I'm gonna cook you. And then I'm like, what's good with you?
Right.
You feel me? So that was my energy when I was young. But the fact of the matter is, I actually sucked at basketball. So I was like, never mind. It's over for me.
Right. Y'all got it, actually.
You got that.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, I ended up realizing, like, damn, like, how do I still obtain that feeling that I wanted, though? Even I didn't get the feeling that I wanted out of it. Like, how do I still get that? So I started dancing again. I picked dancing up seriously. And then I started performing at the school, and I'm like, whoa, this is like that feeling of everybody paying attention to me, and like I'm seen, and like people respect me for it. Like, I like that feeling. And as like a young kid who got like bullied all the time, like I was just like this weird kid. I'm like, nah, this is my superpower, bro. So as I grew up, you feel me, I just kind of started adding things on, like, okay, well, how can I look at dance differently? And then I started, you know, I've been into the film stuff at the same time, and I'm like, how can I use film to make the dance more, like, and it kind of escalated. And then I, you know, asked myself as I mature, like, well, what do I want to even accomplish with film? I don't want to just do random dance videos. Like, that doesn't seem like that's really me. So it's just, now I'm like asking deeper questions, like, well, who do I want to affect with my videos? What kind of message do I want to do? What are they about? Like, as I matured, the path just kind of got a little more narrow for me to kind of see, and it's still getting more narrow for me to really see exactly, like, what's the thing, like, what's that, like, how can I be more specific about what I'm trying to accomplish, and how can I hone in on, like, that inner strength of me that, like, really, you feel me, like, wants to do something.
Yeah.
You feel me? So
yeah. So do you feel like you've gotten to that point where you're like, I get it, like this is what I'm supposed to be doing, I'm clear with it, I'm confident about it, and I'm gonna do it.
I'm very close.
Okay.
I'm very close.
Okay. Oh wow. Okay. So, this is great. Oh wow. Okay. So it was between age 13 to 15 that you started to get back into dance and figure all of that out.
I was playing basketball.
Okay, so then after 15,
I was like invested in it.
Okay,
fully.
So then after 15, that was when you started to get back into dancing
seriously at 15, because I tried to break dance when I was like in 7th grade.
Okay.
15 is when it's really like I started and I didn't stop at 15.
Wow. Okay. So then between then, when you first started to get back into and really fall in love with this craft to now, what are some things that you have had to learn along the way? And also, what have you had to unlearn during this process as well? So start whichever one you want to start with, because I like that reaction.
Wow. And this is in regards to like the craft itself?
Not necessarily. It really can be about just like life in general. because everything is connected. So yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
I guess when I was younger, I was a very generous person, and very like giving of like my energy and my time, just everything, cards out, all on the table. Like I was trying to give it all at once, type of thing. But as I grew older, and dance has helped me especially to learn this. Less is more. Like the less things you focus your energy into, the more you can hone in on specific things. Like I kind of learned to not spread myself too thin, and I only do the things that I want to do, even if it's a favor for somebody, or if it's like something that's in regards to somebody else, or like a relationship, or like whatever. I'm only about to do exactly what I'm trying to do.
Right.
Because if I do anything else, then it's gonna be not as passionate as it would be if I really was trying to do that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
So I'm trying to like, I feel like just like living your life passionately overall, like everything you do, like the food that you eat, like how you work out, the things that you do, the books that you read, like everything you do, like make sure you're passionate about that shit. Like that's like the main thing, because I feel like me putting passion into dancing is what's gotten me the farthest within it. Like I was never really good, like especially when I was younger, I was really bad for a really long time. I started becoming like, getting this mastery over this style last year. In this 1 year, like I really started mastering like my style and what I do. But before that, people just kind of like people liked me and respected me, and like that I was passionate about what I did. But the actual dancing itself, like it wasn't really turning heads like that. But yeah, I just feel like using your passion to do like whatever it is you want to do, like makes it so much more meaningful, and it's just a better result. But yeah.
Okay.
I guess that's the biggest thing that stands out to me.
Okay. Anything else? Any other unlearnings you had to have done? And again, and this can be general. So even like you did one for dance. So is there any just like general life things I had to cut in order to, spiritually mature, emotionally mature, like that?
Yeah, that's a great question. Yeah, I guess it was just like, I guess a big thing was definitely like discipline, like self-discipline, because it's just like I do want to like mention like the level of like insecurity that I've always had, and like I'm just very self-deprecative. Like I'm pretty emo, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a very emo kid. But it's I don't know if even if this is a good or a bad thing, but I kind of use like self-discipline and like training and like my motivation to do things as a kind of way to like build confidence in myself. But yeah, that's the only other really real thing. Like I think I just learned that self-discipline is like, that is like the main source of energy for a lot of stuff. It lets you polish yourself like in any skill you want to accomplish, and it's just like it gives you the sense of peace, like a self-acceptance, because you're doing something about something actively. It's just like really hard to not like that about yourself,
Yeah. And to your point about using those things to build confidence, I absolutely think that's what like confidence is. At least for me, because like I can very much so relate to the things that you have experienced, and it's like I'm not just going to be confident in dance if I've never danced before. It's going to take me disciplining myself to do over and over and over and over and over again to build that confidence in that facet or whatever of life. You know what I mean? So same thing for what you were saying. So we're cool.
Yeah,
thank you for that. Do you believe that moving forward in life, just within this craft, it's going to take you to learn how to detach from the result? Because you mentioned like, I was good, so I enjoyed myself, and then I was bad, So then I didn't enjoy myself.
Yeah.
So at what point, or do you believe it's going to be important to detach yourself from like enjoying yourself regardless if you're good or bad?
Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's next.
Okay.
And that's one of the main reasons why I'm stopping battling. Because it's like, for whatever reason, it feels like the more I do it, the more in the wrong direction that I go. So I need to kind of like realign and like refocus like my intentions with it, and like the way, like the subconscious workings. I need to kind of redesign the way that I'm thinking before I continue. Because it's just like, I don't want to sit here and like keep conditioning myself to think a certain way. You feel me? I want to like be more conscious of exactly how I'm thinking. And I think detachment is a big part of it. I think detachment from the result in general is very important for any creator, any artist, any entrepreneur even. Yeah, dude, detachment, bro. It's I feel like there should be definitely like a switch in the mind that you're able to kind of access. You know, because we are attached to the things that we love. Like, that's why we love them so much.
Hello.
But there has to be, like, something's got to give. You can't allow things to consume you.
So question to that though, because I know I said true, but then I was like, well, actually, if it's attachment, is it really love? Like, that's where my brain goes. Is it's like, if you are holding on, like we've all seen that meme of the person holding on to the rope, and it's like it's getting tighter, and the person's hand is starting to cramp up and like get red and everything. But it's not until the person lets go of the rope that they're like, okay, like we've heard, if you love something, let it go. So it's like, if it's love, is it really attachment? Because it's like what attachment says to me is like, I can't live without this thing. I need this thing to be A, B, C equals D, and that is it. Like, it's attachment to me is about control.
I see.
Whereas love to me is about unconditional lack of control. Like, do we really?
Yeah, no, definitely.
Are we really in charge of who we fall in love with? Like we do have a choice in the matter, but it's like. You know, I'm big into, you know, the spiritual and like soulmates and everything like that. It's just like when you meet somebody and it's like, all right, like I feel something with you, but did you really have a choice in that? You know what I mean? So like, so to back to the question, is it really love if it's attachment?
Well, I mean, yeah, I guess I feel like the things that I love, I can't not do it. I feel like I can't not do it.
Right.
Even if I was like, I'm about to stop doing that, I'd probably end up doing it anyways.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess you are on point with the definition of attachment. The way I was looking at it is more like literal, I guess, and more
I'm
like,
also very literal.
like, yeah. I can see that perspective though.
Yeah.
I can only see that perspective.
Yeah, and I'm also a firm believer and advocate for balance, where there does need to be a sense of like, this is my baby, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to make sure that this thing manifests in at least some way, shape, or form that I would like it to. I just think there's really polarity in everything. Like everything is dualistic. Everything that we are, that we experience, like is extremely dualistic. So it's like, I don't want to say attachment is bad. I just think when we're or just that we have to be careful with how we're using it. I think like I think it's great to be almost obsessed with what it is that you love to do. Like that's how you're going to keep doing it.
Facts.
That's dope. You know what I mean? So I don't want to attachment to. I don't want to attach, right? But yeah, so cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, attachment. Yeah, dude, like letting go is really important, bro. Like I can't stress it enough.
Talk about it.
I really can't stress it enough, bro. Like it's because this is like. I might be motivated by an attachment to something, but I feel like in order to truly experience something, you kind of have to detach from it.
Right.
Because you create these kind of stories and these expectations in your mind that then affect what the experience is like, which could very well be detrimental.
Yeah.
So, and that's what happened to me in LA, anyways, because it was like this whole time I was training, and then I had this idea in my head of what I wanted to do, what I wanted to accomplish, and then like for the last week I'm like, all right, well now I got to stop training and I got to like try to like just be mentally sound more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just didn't really work. I was still, even when I was in the moment, I was still attached to the result of things, and I wasn't having fun.
Right.
So it's just like to be able to let go of things, I think is incredibly powerful, and that goes with everything in life too, not just like artistically, but like just to be able to let go of anything, because when we're attached to something, the mind is using up a certain amount of CPU to kind of like manage and maintain that attachment, and it builds these stories over time and builds these standards over time on whatever it is you're attached to, whatever it may be, a thought or a person. It kind of causes you to become delusional.
Right.
It's very hypnotizing. So I think the ability to kind of just relinquish your desire for control and to just be able to let go of things in the moment is an incredibly important skill, and that's next for me.
Word.
For sure.
I'm proud of you. I'm already proud of you, just even as you are now. And to that, honestly, like that's a bit of the selfish reason as to why I created why I'm doing this show, is because I, again, I have a tendency to be a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Very, very much so, where I get that analysis paralysis. I don't even put out, I think I had this conversation with you a couple months ago where I was like, I have so much content that I have created, but I haven't put anything out because it's not exactly perfect. So what this show is about for me is like, I want to learn to fall in love with the journey. Because that's what, I know it's so cliche, but like that's really what life is about. Because when I say that I know I want to be somewhere by the time I'm 30, look, our plan don't mean nothing to the grand scheme of things. It really doesn't. It honestly really doesn't. So for me, just like wanting to detach myself from who I think I should be by this point, and what I think my life should be like at this point. Especially now with social media, we got these 19-year-old millionaires and like, I'm behind. No, you're not at all. So in that, if you had no limitations, zero insecurities, what would you do with your life?
No limitations, no insecurities.
Nothing holding you back. No resources holding you back, not money holding you back, like nothing. What would you do?
Let's see. I don't even really know as much, because
that's fair too. That's cool too.
I'm kind of like stuck in this process of like creating what I want to be and like creating what I want, and like that's kind of something that the answer to that changes over time. So it's like what I wanted to do years ago is not even nearly what I'm doing now, but it's kind of in the same in the same direction.
Okay.
So yeah, I feel like I focus too much on like trying to make shit happen for myself and like do shit for me to like think about like what I would do in the grand scheme of things, because I just like, me personally, I'm a very like flexible, adaptive person, and I'm like that's what I'm saying, like I'm like water, you know what I mean? Like, water. But yeah, no, the shape of what I desire changes very often. Yeah. So I could be like, ooh, I want to make films for people that don't have resources and tell the stories of the forgotten. Yeah. But
then tomorrow it's like, I want to go to Asia. Yeah. Like, because I can. Like,
right. I don't necessarily have like a grand calling, like in World Hunger or anything like that. Like I don't have necessarily a grand calling. It's more so like I'm existing and, tailoring my existence as I go.
And that's fine. And I think even like what I heard is that you're doing that. Like, if my question was if you could do anything without holding you back, it sounds like you're literally doing that right now. Like you said that you're like, yo, battle dancing right now is not what the hell I want to do. I want to make films and I want to do videos. I'm doing that shit right now.
Yeah.
So literally, like, you're doing it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Basically, like,
pretty much. I feel like the honesty and like transparency, honesty, and like being vulnerable with yourself, being vulnerable with other people, and being honest with yourself are like superpowers, bro.
Baby.
It's just like, I don't care what you're talking about, bro. Like, if I am just open with how I feel, like, what are you gonna say to me? Like, what are you gonna talk? Like, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
Like, I'm crying. Like, that is hilarious, bro. Like, I literally, like, who's gonna tell me otherwise? Like, having that like confidence in yourself to like know what you want, identify what you want, and like just go like act accordingly, like that shit feels great.
Yeah. And to make a decision, because one of my other like questions was about like, do you feel like you have to choose one thing to do? Because it's like, for me, I am interested in a lot of things. I love, you know, I also consider myself to be like a visual artist, but I also really love wellness. Like, I really, really love health and wellness. So for a while, I felt like I had to choose between the two and go one route and do one thing, like they always say. But then I finally was like, well, no, like, this, like, if there are 8 dimensions of wellness, you know, and social is one of them, and we're also having this conversation that we are recording visually,
right?
Did I not just combine the two of them?
Right, exactly.
This is also low-key, high-key healing as well, to have this conversation. So it's like, did you ever feel like you had to stick to one thing? And if not, are there still some things that you're like, I kind of like, you know, that the, like, over the shoulder, you're still like, dang, I really want to do that thing, but you feel like do you have to choose this one thing?
Yo, yeah. That ties into what I was saying earlier about only doing the things that I feel like I want to do, and like doing them all with passion. Yeah. So just like, I'm most passionate about dance and film and like, you know, visual arts. Yeah. And right now, I'm most passionate. I can feel myself leaning more towards the filmmaking dance side of things. Okay. So I'm gonna do that. But there's a part of me that wants to like sing and make music because I have a natural voice that I haven't like polished. But like that's the thing to where it's just like I just love what I'm doing right now way too much to like step away from it to just to explore that. Once I feel like once I feel the need to explore something else and do something else, I'm gonna do it. Like, that's not even a question. Because I feel like I can be good at or successful at or enjoy whatever it is I want to do at any given time.
And that's on what? Period.
On my soul.
Right. Okay. All right. Bet. No. Thank you for that. Yeah. See, I felt so paralyzed. I was like, I can't not do one or the other. I gotta do both. I've always been a both person.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can always think it's interesting because it can be so. We think so broadly when it comes to trying to be multidisciplinary artistically. Like, visual art is a lot underneath the umbrella of that. Right. And I'm a filmmaker, there's a lot under the umbrella of that. And dance, a lot under the umbrella of that. But it's just like, what is it specifically about it that you feel like feeds you in the moment? Sometimes it might be taking photos, taking portraits, like capturing moments. Like, sometimes that might be a root of storytelling that feeds me the most in the moment. But it's just like, we put mad pressure on ourselves because we think that we have to do a bunch of stuff within it. But really, it's just like, there's like one thing about it that I like. Right. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't like taking landscape photography. That's just boring. Stupid. I don't want to take pictures of birds. That shit's dumb to me. I'm not about to sit here and take a picture of a bird, bro. Yeah. If you feel what I'm saying? Like, there's all these humans out here that I could be taking pictures of. No shade to birds. Like, birds are fire. I'm not gonna cap. I fuck with birds. But, yeah, bro. And it's just like, even with dance, too. It's just like, I'm a dancer, so I gotta be. So my idea of success has to be I want to be a backup dancer for Beyonce. No, that's trash. I'm not about to do that.
Right.
I want to be the star. Like we're gonna make shows about dance, like battling. I'm not trying to do that. Like, I want to do like be like in a theater, like a theater show that's like high art, like fine art, like avant-garde, like. I would be booked to perform at the Grammys. But just in the gala room, not even on the stage. Like I'm just like a living art piece in the room somewhere.
Right.
People just come and look at me, or like in a museum. Like there are these little things specifically about it that I like, and that's why I feel like I can do so many different things so well because I'm not committing myself to the entire discipline.
That and it's like I was reading this book, and it's like life is really about process of
elimination. Yeah.
Right. So it's like you didn't know that you didn't want to do battle dancing without you actually doing that thing.
Right.
So it's like it's okay for us to be like, okay, try that. Okay. All right, what's next?
Right.
All
Testing the waters.
Yeah, like, and that's totally okay.
Yeah. So, it's like this shit takes time, bro.
Yeah.
It should take that time.
Yeah, and it's not a failure.
That's why I say do it all. Like just try it all. Like fuck around, dip your toes in.
Noted. And just a side note as well. We had this on camera, what you just said. So, like, in 10, 20, 30 years, whatever, when we're like, oh, yeah, he said he was going to do this thing and he's doing it now. Interesting. Okay. Xavier.
It was goody.
No, just thank you. Thank you again. I'm going to thank you a billion, trillion, quadrillion times. Exactly. Like, that's exactly how I feel inside right now.
Yeah.
No, just thank you for, again, your vulnerability, for just your smile, for your spirit. I think more people need to experience you and hear what the hell you have to say, because you have some amazing things to say. So just thank you again for being here, for agreeing to do this episode number 1.
This is great.
Yeah. So to just wrap up, I got a couple last things. So we have a question basket. It's golden.
Yes, the question basket.
You know what I'm saying? So if you want to pick a question, any question.
Yeah. Let's do it. Yeah. Anticipation.
Mind you, they're not even.
There's the question.
Pick one.
Okay. I got it. I picked it.
Pick it, and then you can read it, and then you're gonna answer it.
I got. Okay.
What's been your biggest mistake so far in life, and what did you learn from it?
Damn.
Well,
Okay.
I'm just going to pass away. So no, I'm going to pass away now. No, I'm playing.
No.
Biggest mistake in life. What I learned from it.
Right.
I'm not really a regret kind of person.
Word.
But there is one thing that I think about often that affects me now. This might not be the biggest mistake in my life, but it's documentation, bro. Like, just not documenting shit enough. Because like, I've been shooting videos since I was 15. Same amount of time I've been dancing, I've been shooting videos.
Right.
And I was just talking to my boy 3D the other day.
3D?
His name is 3D. He's
3D?
Yeah.
3D. Locks 3D?
No.
Skinny?
He's from Connecticut.
Yeah.
He's a dancer.
Does he do videography?
No.
Damn it. Because I also know a 3D. Alright, damn.
Almost.
Right. But I think he's also from Connecticut. Anyway, continue. 3D, yes.
Oh, yeah, I was talking to 3D, and it was just weird. It was cool because the last time I went to LA years ago, it was for World Dance Championships, and I missed my flight because me, 3D, his girl, and my pops stopped the In-N-Out. Because I was like, we should get In-N-Out before we leave. And I ended up missing my thing. But I recorded a review, like, of everybody reacting to In-N-Out for the first time. Like, and it was just like a 16-minute video of just us eating In-N-Out, and then I missed my flight that day. And I'm just like thinking, like, damn, how legendary would it be if I had that video now?
Oh, you don't have it?
Because we just got back from LA, and he was in LA, and the last thing I did before I left was get In-N-Out. Except I didn't miss my flight.
So
I don't have it. I deleted it. I think when I was younger. I don't know. I don't know where it is.
Okay.
But it's just like little things that like I remember that I did. I could have recorded or whatever that I would love to use now.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
'Cause that's why I like document so much now, because it's just like I know 10 years from now I'm gonna like want these clips.
You'll be sick if you don't have them, John.
I'm saying, bro, documentation is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
But also, data storage is very expensive. So that's a
terabytes.
Yeah, it's quite expensive, might I add.
Yeah.
Quite expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Let me see.
That's fine. Just on that note.
That's about it.
On that note, right, when I was in the 5th grade, because I've learned that I have been also doing videos since I was very young. And there's a video of me in the 5th grade, just, 5th grade me, okay? So picture that. Okay. I was giving a house tour, and I had my parents' camcorder, and I turned that bitch around, and I was like, I just want you guys to be safe out here, have a good time. Oh, because it was Halloween. It was Halloween when I was giving the freaking tour. I am I'm going to find that video. I'm 100% going to find that video.
That is so crazy to use.
Y'all gonna flame me the hell up.
The ending credit for your vids is just like that old like VHS tape.
Yeah.
You'd be like, I just want y'all to be safe. You feel me? Enjoy yourselves.
Oh man. Okay. Well, thank you for that. All right. Last 2 things is I believe in spreading love. Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All them things. So what I'm going to do is ask you to pick a number between 1 and 500.
Okay.
So you have a wide range.
493.
Okay. Well, this doesn't. All right. So what this list is, shout out to Christian Crosby and his brand Live Life Nice. This is 100 or about 500 ways to just spread kindness and spread love. That's all about what his brand is about.
Sure.
So after every episode, I'm asking each guest to do one kind task, and you have a week to do it. Okay.
Bet.
You don't have to it's not like you have to show me that you did it. It's literally just to pass on some level of kindness. Yours was buy a movie ticket. It says for the person behind you, but clearly there's nobody behind you. So it can be for a random person. It can be if you want to take, your mom or your dad or your brother to the movies.
It's so crazy that you said that.
Yeah.
Because
continue.
It's so wild that you said that because I'm going to the movies with somebody on Saturday to see the Demon Slayer movie that I've been trying to see. So now I'm about to buy her ticket for her. Wow. That's just so... And I never go to the movies. I'm only go because Demon Slayer is my shit.
Yeah.
Mad inspiring to me.
Okay.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow.
Out of 500 things.
Out of 500 things.
Wow.
Oh, I love that. All right, bet. Well, that's on period. That's going to be done within a week, so... That's it. All right. So then, last thing, shout outs. Anybody that you want to shout out? Anything that you want to... Yeah, any shout outs that you want to give?
Shout out you. You feel me? That's a big shout out.
Thank you.
You feel me?
Thank you.
Let's see. Shout out. Yeah, shout out my sister. You feel me?
Go sis.
Yo sis, I love you very much. Shout out my sister, she out here doing a damn thing. Shout out my sensei, Ghost. Shout out my dance group, Eternals.
Period.
Yo, shout out Will Toms. He be inspiring me heavy. I don't even think he knows as much, but yeah, I'm a big fan of Will Toms. Shout out Leonzo too.
Where?
Shout out the 3J's Market on 2nd Street. They be making some banging ass smoothies, bro. Shout out 3J's Market, bro. I ain't gonna cat. That's just snacking, bro.
Thank you, 3J's. All right, bet. Well, great. Thank you. Lastly, where can they find you? Where can they find you on the socials of media? Yeah. Where can they find you at?
All right. Pretty much everything. Xavier, misbehavior. Xavier, misbehavior. All one word.
We're gonna put it down somewhere.
Yeah.
Linky for sure.
Yeah, and then yep, that's pretty much it.
Any final words?
Yeah. Don't forget to stay balanced in all of your disciplines, man. Like, don't just pay attention to one side of things. If you want to do something, feel me, and you get obsessed with like all the things you have to put in to achieve it, to do it. Don't forget that there's also a human behind that desire, and like just because you're good at, you feel me, playing basketball, or you're good at playing chess or dancing or playing video games, doesn't mean you're a good person. So work on yourself. Be a good person. It's very simple.
Man, oh man, what an incredible conversation. Thank you again, Xavier, for your vulnerability, your authenticity, and just sitting with me and talking about imposter syndrome. If you want to share any of your thoughts about the episode with me, please feel free to do so. I'm looking forward to seeing you next time. In the meantime, go out there and do something your future self will thank you for and your past self will love you for. Peace. Bitch. All right, are we rolling? 3, 2, 1, go. Period. Yo. Right. Get the cheese off. Oh, that was fine. Wait, go ahead. Pam. Pam. And then, what was that? And then, pam. Yeah. Okay.
Boom, boom, boom.
Town. Yeah.
We out here.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yo.